ट्रिपल सेंटिनल व्हाट कॉम्प इज दिस ब्रो हाँ मैंने बोला था जब भी नेक्स्ट मैच हारेंगे व्हेनेवर दैट इज हेटर्स आ जाएंगे डोंट प्रीमी वाज अ प्रॉब्लम our comp didn't work but Premi was playing really good. In fact, let's win against DFM and then we do our comeback.
Jim boys, he makes the wrong assumption that it's CT and Poppy!
Fully collapsing into them and slowing them down. Still though, that's just Poppy.
I mean, I know we got kind of owned down split, but
what are GE gonna do on attack? They've got a
Let me
stealth
bribe.
drone and that's it. Triple Sentinel. What are they gonna do to take space, Vic?
I'm so excited.
Triple Sentinel.
All right, casters,
Yeah, this is-
we're gonna send this
I
to
don't
you,
know.
and I'm gonna watch.
Have we considered the fact that GE, they're so big brain that they realize if we go 12-0 in the first half, we don't actually need to attack much. Like that's a plan. I mean, they'll never live it down themselves.
What comp is this bro? I don't know bro.
That's what you always kind of feel like when you're the one in the driver's seat. But right now, you know, just a little
We
bit
just gotta win, that's all I know.
Prowler to clear outside of Mount.
I just hope we don't overcook.
First and more than to represent.
हाँ मैंने बोला था जब भी नेक्स्ट मैच हारेंगे whenever that is haters आ जाएंगे don't worry.
Back on that stage.
It was close but not close enough. We lost 2-1. And now time for us to go to the lower bracket. That means our next match is day after tomorrow on Monday against DFM.
And GG Talon.
We got this guys, it's okay.
이게 아마 their expectations on the next match.
That should have been ours.
Lot
we're a
of
good
pressure.
team, but you know, obviously it's still.
So
Yeah, this is the beginning of the year and beginning of the
this year,
season.
Talon,
It would have been
this
great
year,
if you would have gone ahead from here.
alright. T1 뭐 당연히 얘기를 했습니다.
ठीक है.
최근에 거버너
No
선수
problem.
인터뷰 만나봤습니다. That was Talon's governor for the
Now we
interview,
go
and
low
we'll
bracket.
See you guys in a bit.
Considering how the
we
first
got reverse
map
sweep.
went,
What
they
we did
put
to
Brittany
Secret.
on that clove, things changed a lot on this map and their performance here, and it's hard to say.
Premi was
is
a
it
problem.
because they were playing against 3 Sentinels, which is a bit, you know, little
No,
curious.
Premi
for
was
this
playing really
match,
good.
or
Our comp
was,
didn't work, but Premi was playing really
Talon
good. In
just
fact, I would
getting
say.
things together anyway?
Well, yeah, GE, they just didn't get enough out of their defense. To be
In-
honest, Darion was doing his
in
best.
defense, we
In
couldn't
fact,
do
I feel
enough.
like
In
the
attack, we
coaching
played pretty
staff of
decent.
GE needs to go to
In
Darion
defense,
and
we
be like,
couldn't do
"It's
enough."
third map, every map, because
Everyone that tuned in, whether online or offline, we really appreciate all the love and support. We couldn't close out this match. We should have just won Abyss 2-0. It went way too close. We gave Talon a tough fight. Unfortunately, we lost this one. We've gone into the lower bracket. Now it's time to show the real GE fighting and have a comeback. Obviously, we knew going up in the second round itself, Talon made it to champs with this roster. They were top 4 in Pacific last season. It was going to be tough. They showed how good they really were, and it was tough. So I'm glad that we got this opportunity to learn. Now, low bracket run. Our next match is against DFM on Monday, and uske baad, let's win against DFM, and then we do our comeback. So, although we couldn't convert this, we will win against DFM and we will be back. Because after DFM, that's when the real climb starts. Now that we are down to the lower bracket, every match from here on outwards is an elimination match, which is what makes it so much harder and so much scarier. I mean, Premi was
this entire
Premi.
series.
That's all I can say.
And they listed him as
Admitting into this, all these stars are going to slow everything down, and it starts off with the gravity well. Global trying to fire on through into it. Crystal will be able to pick up the double now, and onto the last one, trying to fill in the gaps. It's just not quite going to work out. GE manages to put a stop to everything.
Pass that gravity well safely so that he can create a crossfire, but he's just going to get taken out as soon as he comes right back in. He kind of lands on that edge, gets drawn into the center, same with Premi, and that slows down the entire thing. At that point, you don't have much of an option. Yudotan just taking things upon himself. He wants to get by. He finds one. Can he follow up with 2? He gets 2 as well. Is he ready for the 3rd? He sees him. The Raze 1v1. Governor peeks out and he gets taken down and ropes.
And that's a spike dropped as well.
Oh, that's rough.
Any more options, but at the same time, like you mentioned, Yudotan going so aggressive just to take things into his own hands, right? Noting that they were up around mid. So being able to shut all that down, use it, just waiting in case they do peek into him, but nothing found so far, and this confirms they are all inside of heaven. Premi creeps on through, but unfortunately crouched down. It's Poppy who sprays all of them down.
to come out. He had to try to buy time from back of sight. He had to open things up even further after the information. But that barrier mesh, it's an absolute pain for Talon.
Just kind of fully collapsing into them and slowing them down. Still, though, being able to kind of...
You've been caught. Yudotan, yeah, he's ready for the swing out.
Action to this. Poppy hanging out towards the back, watching the exits of that smoke. Crystal up around the corners with the Outlaw. Yudotan from the top of heaven gunned down, though. So a slight opportunity for Talon, but unfortunately still kind of pinched into the site at the end of it.
Right at the edge of the smoke so that when the Prowler activates, they can switch right away to where that Prowler would be going. They're also just so aware of how this Yoru is going to play, trying to create space and trying to displace crosshairs from the back of sight. And the
blocked off, has to try to maybe use the satchels to get over ahead of things. Showstopper coming through as well, but Yudotan still able to stop and slow everything down, dodging the bullets up for Crystal to slam it all down.
It all makes sense up to that point, but you do have to go a bit all in, and they just couldn't figure out the answer against all this utility, and this time, Yudotan hiding away in that corner, never was quite...
Huge sightline, and he definitely spots things out, goes for the re-peek, that's a third kill, swaps over onto the Ghost just for Adam Master, and this could be the ace! It is! He lands and slams everything down, it was all set up for him, Ben, the unstoppable menace! Well, but Jitboys kind of avoids it, I mean Poppy avoids it for now, so maybe a little bit of an opportunity. Yudotan able to spam and spray through as they all try to push out off of the Rolling Thunder. Now, it's all down to just Ben. And he's got the hop, tries to peek out, but Yudotan takes him down once again.
Into the site, but then they all get stopped. They're not quite sure how to peek out of this, and the way the Cosmic Divide, look at this, you peek out of it, you still have to take the 50-50 afterwards. There's a little bit of that distance right next to the wall. It makes not looking. Jitboys, does he find a timing? He does! Now a 2v1. 1v1 down to Crystal versus Jitboys.
Just trying to hold her up around the spike. Inside of elbow, he peeks out, and that's gonna be the headshot just in an instant. 13-6, Global Esports ends the first map. Towards the back of spawn as well, it's been blocked off. Yudotan, though, still able to land a bit of a shot.
Yeah, and sees Jitboys as well. Jitboys are taking so much damage. Out from spawn. They gotta take out Jitboys first, that's an easy kill. And the second one, good crosshair displacement for Poppy, and then a re-peek from all three members. Just thought Kelly S maybe pushed out too far forward. He had the Rolling Thunder. You could have used that to buy time as well, maybe give time for Yudotan to re-peek into mid. But he gets caught over there with the stun, so he's not able to get out in time. But at the end of the day, it's good. Oh, Dario with a nice shot as well, holding that close off angle. Ban, that's the toxic screen down. Poppy still anchoring on the site. It's a nice pick out from Cruz, but they have to continue to play aggressive. Premier with a nice hit, but Poppy gonna utilize that Rolling Thunder to his advantage.
Now's the timing to set up that Hunter's Fury. Sends off those beams. Jitboy's able to hold out the front side of things as well. But Poppy's still able to fight back, now holding the angle. Spike getting stuck. Kelly S gets it just in time for G to pick up the round.
Pro team, but you're already a step late. The Neon starts charging in. Grab net launch. Can you hold on to sight? Crystal, it's a double team between Crystal and Kelly S. A double swing. Crystal still alive with 2 kills on the board. He's dancing around. He gets a third and shuts down the entire entry. Spike dropped on sight.
Drone out to check as well. He dodges the shock dart, and that it is for Yudotan to come in with the blades.
5-5, and suddenly Talon, they looked so rejuvenated in the beginning, but it's starting to slowly slip away. Time not on the side of GE. They still need to get the kill and go for the defuse. Tries to jump. Ban gets 1 kill. Crystal just keeps him at bay. He's trying to stick to half, but Ban is not giving him that chance.
Far enough. Governor, though.
Yeah, good crossfire. Yudotan gets the trade, keeps Kellius alive for another kill onto the side of GE at bay. And Kellius is just dancing in between these members. Once again with Yudotan, it's 2 kills to each name, 3 on the board for Yudo for the entire round. Job of making sure he pushes Yudotan out. Then he gets control of boxes so that they can start the retake, so that it's not a very...
Crystal comes in to support as well. He spots out the barrel, Yudotan, and wants to go out for the kill, but it's Cruz able to strike back against GE.
Yeah, Chipboys doesn't really have an exit there, but Primi refills the area. The decay allows him to get a triple kill off of the Nightfall. Primi holding strong in the back of sight. He goes back out for a fight, but Primi, another 4K on Lotus. Yudotan now on the site. The Sherwolf comes up and lines him up for Yudo. He's good for 3, defending the site on his own. There's only so many positions he can be, and he gets spotted, and it's a clean shot with the Headhunter. And the Sherwolf still activates because the Vice hadn't died just yet, and Talon gets caught, lined up for the shots from Yudotan. Just gonna go for the reclears.
30 seconds
Crystal, ready for it, spots one. He's ready for the second. That's a 3K for Crystal as he brings the 4th round win for GE. Get in, they get in. Let's not worry about it too much. I mean, I can only imagine. Poppy on the lurk, but here comes the pinch, and there's the hot. Oh, Poppy wins one. He knows he's in trouble. He needs to get multiple. There's the shear to keep him alive.
The back lines, knowing that that's where they are coming from. And at the same time, you do have Darien on that in through the A site, hearing those footsteps towards the back, and Poppy just having that huge potential to anchor and hold down his ground.
Yeah, and this is another part of the Vice Lock shining through, right? The shear wall will always act. Being drawn all the way to his death. Poppy left alone. 1v2. Can he shine? The clutch master. He hasn't had many opportunities today.
30 seconds left.
Information of exactly where this is. Cruz is ready for the spray. Poppy gets it! Chip Boys down to 36 HP. Spike. Chip Boys, he makes the wrong assumption that it's CT and Poppy! The clutch master once again!
Shot as soon as the spike was planted. That's just Poppy.
I mean, that.
Did you guys expect the day to go like this? Were there any surprising moments that you had today?
Well, it was a new team, so obviously completely different roster from last year. So, I mean, we came into it confident, obviously, but I think the important thing was we didn't underestimate them. So going in, like, there was still a lot of prep because it's just a completely new team. But no, I mean, I think they played map 1, kind of caught us off guard a bit, but you know, we focused up and just did how we did in scrims, and then it went well. You know, it worked out role-wise because, I mean, I know we got kind of owned down split, but role-wise, it just made more sense for him to go on Teo, so that me and Joseph could go, or me and Ben could go the double duelist. So it was a mixture of like, it just worked, but you know, he kind of wanted to do it as well.
Time slows down when it can get no worse. I can feel it running out on me. I don't want these to be my last words. All forgotten, 'cause that's all that